In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. There are certain things which have become, so famous, and everyone else knows that these are important. And these are very important unless and until I don't do it well, I will not be able to live a good life, I will not be able to succeed. So, one of those very important things is the self confidence. One of those very important things is a self confidence, and I don't need to tell about how important it is, because almost everybody knows that being a self confident person is very important for a good life of mine, for a successful life of mine. So despite all that, despite knowing that it is so important, many of the people are not having the self confidence at all. Many of the people. Why is it like that? Maybe they don't know how to acquire the self confidence. So for that purpose we are going to discuss on the subject today. And to make it even more better, we have chosen and included a very useful, a very beneficial article on the subject as well, which has been authored by, written by Luciana Paulice. Luciana Paulice is a well-known researcher and author, and here, as per this article of her is concerned, this article of her is, the caption of this article is boost your self-confidence with these 6 expert tips. Boost your self-confidence with these 6 expert tips. There are 6 tips shared with us by the expert, and these will boost our self-confidence. And these can boost our self-confidence. What are those 6 expert tips? First of all, Luciana Paulice says, identify your strengths and weaknesses. Identification of our strengths and weaknesses, it is so important, because if at all we don't know that, what will happen, that we will not be able to choose the right thing, the right sort of tasks, and if at all we have not chosen the right sort of task, what is going to happen then? We will be failing quite often. Why? Because we have chosen something which is our weakness and not a strength. And if at all we do know that these are my weaknesses and these are my strengths, we will start avoiding our weaknesses, and we will not take anything like that. Rather, and instead we will take the things which are our strength. And if at all we are taking the things which are our strength, what is going to happen then? We will start succeeding quite often, and this success in many of the things will create a lot of self confidence in us. And number two, she says that set realistic goals. Setting of realistic goals. Why not to set the bigger goals? She says set realistic goals. Why? Because if at all your goals are realistic one, you will be able to achieve them off and on. And if at all you are achieving some of your goals, it will give you a tremendous amount of self confidence, which otherwise is a sort of unattainable, unachievable. So setting of realistic goals, so that we are more able to achieve those realistic goals. Number three, she says practice self care. Now, this too is very important, and the people have started to realize it, how important it is. Practice self care. If at all, once we were the child and once we were the immature, our parents used to take care of us. But now, once we are grown up, and we need to take care of ourselves, because nobody is there to take care of ourselves, and we don't leave this extremely important task to anyone else at all, and nobody can stay with us 24/7. We do have to stay with us 24/7, and we do have to take care of ourselves. Okay. And rather, we do have to take care of certain other people as well, but at least we should know how to take care of ourselves. Self care. Fourth is, don't take it personally. Don't take it personally. There are many things which are not so palatable, not so pleasant, not so good, and we don't have to dwell upon all those. We don't have to dwell upon the unpleasant, the bad, the undesirable thing which has happened to us. We don't have to dwell upon it at all. Rather, we have to let it go. Do not dwell upon it at all. We have to let it go. Leave it and move ahead. Start doing the next of your thing. The This was the fourth, and the fifth is practice self compassion. What is this self compassion? Luciana Paulice says, be kind to yourself and avoid negative self talk. We, if at all, kindness is good for others. If at all we need to be kind upon others, that's fine, but we need to be kind upon we ourselves as well. And we do have to avoid the negative self talk, because this negative self talk is quite toxic and it can destroy our self confidence. It can destroy much more than our self confidence, and we do have to avoid this negative self talk. And the sixth and the last expert tip, according to the Luciana policy, is embrace failure. Embrace failure. And let's how fear of failure and perfectionism are almost the biggest hurdles. Fear of failure and perfectionism are amongst the biggest obstacles. These are the one of the these are the two of the biggest obstacles on our way to success. One is the fear of failure, and the other is to be a perfectionist. No, we don't have to deliver a perfect service at all. Rather, start whatever you can and then keep improving it with the passage of time. Keep improving it gradually, and we don't have to fear the failure at all, because the fear failure is good, because the failure teaches us certain very important, very useful and very beneficial lessons to us. So these are the six expert tips, for boosting the self confidence according to the Louisiana Police. I think each and every one of these is very important, and we need to practice all of these as good as we can. And I assure you that by practicing these six expert tips, not only that we will be able to attain the self confidence, rather we will be able to live a very good, a very useful and quite a successful life. Thank you.